Oh, you can see me. Welcome back to the O Show. Today we're going to be talking about a potentially scary week for Bitcoin and what's going on with Solana, because apparently there's a new narrative in town. There is, in fact, a new narrative in town, and that's Tron. And we talked about meme coins kind of being the center for the industry. This run is a lot different than the previous runs. And I feel like when you're in crypto for a certain amount of time, we get a little bit jaded and we're so used to expecting specific things to happen. And when these new narratives come into play, we're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, like what is going on? And that's kind of what we're seeing happen. Like, and this is the thing, the reason why I've continued to say that these are the very early stages of the bull run is because last cycle, we had DeFi summer 2020. There was food coins, there was all kinds of different yield, all kinds of crazy things that were happening in DeFi on Ethereum. And then that was still prevalent, but it did kind of fade a little bit. And then we had like the crazy run in NFTs, etc. So I feel like this stage of the market with the meme coins on Solana really reminds me of the DeFi summer, because it's the same kind of sentiment. It's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of projects that are definitely going away. I think there's been like 100,000 meme coins, something absolutely ridiculous that's been created on Pump Fund, the Solana platform. And we're kind of seeing that kind of happen with Tron now. And the interesting thing about it is you have all of these different layer ones that are competing. And another thing that's kind of crazy to me to watch is like all the chain maxis, everybody's fighting about it. And I don't understand why. I don't understand. Like, you can think that a chain is superior or it has different attributes that make it better than other ones, but all the inner fighting gets to be a little bit ridiculous, right? Doesn't it? I just don't know why people wouldn't move to a different chain to use that and to make money ethically over there. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the market update. I didn't stream yesterday because I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to. There was no need to. I needed to take a day off, and I'm kind of taking a day off too. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the market and see what's going on. First, I want to kick this off by covering altcoins and taking a look at crypto bubbles. As you can see over here, I think this is the weekly. Let's see. Yeah, that's the weekly. On the weekly, things are kind of looking a little bit bearish. Oh, good afternoon, macaronis. And then on the daily, everything is looking pretty decent. So weekly looks a little bit bearish. Daily is looking decent. Ordi is up 15.2%. Dogs is one of the Telegram coins that apparently brought the network down or paused it for so long, which I don't necessarily know if I believe that or not. But there's a couple different things happening as far as Bitcoin price action goes. And I'm going to cover Bitcoin price action. But first and foremost, apparently there was a ridiculous amount of liquidations in the past 24 hours. On CoinGlass, it looks like there was 169.2 million in liquidations across the crypto market, with long positions accounting for $125.59 million. And this article is from Decrypt, and basically they're saying Bitcoin bounces back from 57,000 as exchange reserves hit multi-year low. One of the things I want to talk about with the exchange reserves is that now we have Miracle Tree. Now we're able to actually kind of track what's happening with these exchanges to an extent. And this is a narrative that pops up a lot, is that where people are going to run out of Bitcoin, and that's essentially going to push price up, because when you have scarcity, when you don't have a large amount of something and there's a big demand for it, it's economics 101, that number ends up going up. So this is one narrative that the crypto media is pushing. Do I believe that there is an influx of, or there's dwindling amounts of Bitcoin? Yes and no. Yes and no. There's always going to be people buying and there's always going to be people selling. And it's that is going to fluctuate, and it's going to change over the market and change really over time. Are we going to run out of Bitcoin? Well, we do see a lot of the traditional financial entities accumulating it. That's something that I've kind of spoken out about for quite some time. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the next story. Key week for Bitcoin and the dollar index. Today is Labor Day, and as far as I'm aware, traditional markets are not trading. And so this article over here from CoinDesk is basically going through everything and letting us know what's happening in traditional markets and how that could potentially impact Bitcoin. So key week for Bitcoin and the dollar index. Week's slew of economic U.S. data will determine whether the dollar continues to weaken, offering a tailwind to Bitcoin and other risk assets. Tuesday's U.S. manufacturing data is likely to show continued traction, signaling weakness in dollar index and strength in Bitcoin. Traders should watch out for August-like growth scare in risk assets. And then Friday, U.S. jobs data could extend to dollar weakness, according to ING. There's a couple other interesting things here, and then I'm going to cover Bitcoin and give you all my thoughts on what's going on with these job numbers and FOMOC and the Fed and all of that. So basically, they're saying that some of the data to watch is initial jobless claims and unemployment rate releases and how that could potentially influence the Fed's rate cut decision. The dollar index performance and upcoming economic data can influence Bitcoin and other risk assets, and rate cuts and weaker dollar generally benefit Bitcoin by increasing liquidity and reducing capital costs. I understand and I appreciate all of this jargon. I do. I appreciate it. But at the same time, when we're looking at job reports, when we're looking at initial job reports or unemployment rates, etc., the numbers that they're giving us, not only are they not accurate all the time, but in addition to that, those fluctuate. Like it doesn't show people that have been looking for a job for a year. It doesn't show people that have 3 jobs or 2 jobs, etc. And the issue with that is that it's not really accurate. Like the numbers that they're using, great, cool. But at the same time, like we know the US dollar is weakening. We know like there's charts that we've seen over time, which is the US dollar just going down in value. Just going down in value. And that's the thing about the rate cuts and inflation is no matter what, your inflation is going to go down. The rate's going to go down or up and fluctuate, but that doesn't mean that the cost of goods and services are going to go down. And that's really what people should be paying attention to. And there's also theories about Bitcoin really appreciating in price because of the insane amount of inflation that we're seeing and the high cost of everything. But as far as that goes, I do want to take a look at the Bitcoin chart because we didn't do a Bitcoin weekly close yesterday. We didn't do a weekly close yesterday. But let's go ahead and take a look. And then we're going to talk about Cardano because they finished the chain upgrade hard fork, which is pretty good, pretty awesome for them. So I'm happy for the Cardano community. I hold Cardano, but not a crazy amount. And I do hold some of the NFTs and whatnot. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin price, okay? So this is going to be the monthly chart. And to me, when I look at the monthly chart, I do feel a little bit bearish, And again, if we were to take off, the ticker and the price and whatever, this chart does look a little bearish to me. And we have been continuously in a downtrend. And you can see that very, very easily. You just draw a little bit of a trend line and see, again, not drawing it to scale, but we are seeing that we're in a downtrend. So it's nothing that's too alarming, too shocking, etc. But we are in a downtrend over here. Now, taking a look at the weekly, we pretty much wiped out all the gains that we had last week. And again, we're in a downtrend over here. So it looks like we opened at 64. We close at about 57, and we've just kind of been going sideways since the close, as you can see. I would be cautious of about $53,000, and then I would also be cautious about $48,000. I'd be cautious about those areas. And then I would also look to about $70,000 as a very bullish scenario. So we'll go ahead and change that a little bit of a different color. Market CIPHER is essentially flat. And on the 4-hour, we're just going sideways. So the volatility that could be expected from all of these reports that are coming out could be accurate. We may see Bitcoin actually, pop back up and retest like 65,000, 70,000 because of the interest in instability in the U.S. markets. So that's just my opinion. As far as price action wise with Bitcoin, though, really looking at it, I mean, we are in a downtrend on the monthly and on the weekly. On the daily, we are in a downtrend as well, and we would really need to sustain above 65,000 and then 70,000. But at the same time, that's like kind of like a mini cool off period, I feel like, for more people, which is good. And I still do think that we will have a big bull run coming. We are in the bull run, but very early stages. And then I do want to take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is back trading at over $2,500, which is absolutely wonderful. But again, another big downtrend over here. And I just like to use simple trend lines at this point just to make my life easier, just so that I can kind of see what's happening. Like, in order for me to be more bullish on, no, I'm not going to do a poll. Somebody said, they asked how many of my audience members are full coiners, and a full coiner is somebody that owns 1 Bitcoin or more. I'm not going to do that. And this is the reason why. I'm going to get back to Ethereum in a little bit, but I want to discuss this. So in crypto, we're so obsessed with pocket watching people, and that's fine because everything's on chain, everything's public. But at the same time too, privacy does matter. Privacy 100% matters. And I come from the old school mindset that there's certain things that you keep private and you share with your family and friends, or just private in general. There's certain things that you make public, like very, very public. As far as wealth goes, I've never been one to say I have this or I have that, or be like, oh, cool, you have that, I have this. Wealth is important, being able to provide for your families, but at the same time, privacy matters too. And having wealth or letting somebody know that you have something could be dangerous. And that's because I've been in areas where I've seen people get robbed and all kinds of crazy stuff throughout my life. And it's like a simple thing. So one thing about me, when I travel, I will use like off-brand stuff. I use things that I didn't pay a whole lot of money for. I have fake jewelry, those types of things, because I don't want to risk having, bringing any type of problems, I like to say to myself. So the whole, like, if you guys want to flex your money, you guys like other content creators that flex money, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. I don't do that because I just think it's weird. And also too, I'm not here to do that. I don't know. I feel like it's super cringe. And I also like to be private about stuff. And I think it's important to be private. I really, really, really do. Obviously, like, I'm happy for people that have a lot of money and happy for people that, like to flex their stuff. Me personally, I'm not going to do it. Even if I was like super crazy rich, wouldn't. It's just not worth it to me. It's just not. But that's me. And also too, I drive a mom car. It's fun. No, I don't think it's a fun test though. Anyways, make sure you guys smash the like and share this. I would appreciate that. That would help. That would help. Appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get back with Ethereum over here. Okay, so this is Ethereum, and I'm going to go through the show pretty fast too because I want to crawl back in bed. And I had a wonderful, amazing day yesterday. I absolutely love Music Men. I really, really do. They are just so much fun. So much fun. They're very romantic. And chivalry is definitely not dead. All right. So as far as Ethereum goes, I'm taking a look at the chart over here. And, she's not looking too great. Overall, just as long as we really sustain above, get back above 2,500 and hold the line at 2,300. I hope so. I'm going to cover Solana a little bit, but I do want to cover Cardano. This is very exciting. So big shout out to the Cardano community. And again, I got the pleasure of going to Rare Evo last month in August because it's September 2nd now. And one of the things I'm noticing a lot is that there's a lot of gaming and a lot of gamify stuff being built with Cardano, which I think is super, super cool. And that was a key takeaway from it. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Cardano chain hard fork. So it happened, it went through. I know there's a bunch of drama on social media in the past. People are like, oh my God, it's not going through. Charles this, blah, blah, blah. And this is the thing. Charles H came out and he said, there's some additional third parties that needed to get things set up. And he was talking about the exchanges, and he's right. He's 100% right. Just because, like, when it comes to roadmaps and projects launching, sometimes it takes a while. It takes a while to get this stuff to launch, and that's okay. I don't think it's a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it's a good thing. It's a positive thing because they're making sure things are done properly. Because if you just push something out and it doesn't work and all these things still happen, then it's not worth it. So again, it takes time for tech to work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So The Chang hard fork, it officially went live yesterday on September 1st. So shout out to the devs working overtime. And it introduces significant governance changes. Cardano holders can participate in governance through direct voting or delegation. So this essentially makes the project more decentralized. It also establishes new rules for stake pool operators, and the upgrade will be implemented in phases, with the first focusing on security and continuity. And the second phase is expected in 2025 to enhance self-governance initiatives and includes improvements for smart contracts, advanced voting mechanisms, and more. So basically all this is, it just further decentralizes the project. Cardano is a staking project. They have different pools, etc. There has been some arguments in the past that POS is more centralized and could be considered securities, etc. But when you do introduce things like these upgrades, it does make the project more decentralized, in my personal opinion. So shout out to Cardano. Next, this is from Mr. Justin Sun. Okay. Flipping has finally arrived. Sun Pump flips pumped.fun in 24-hour revenue. So is Solana dead? Let's talk about it. No, Solana's not dead any way, shape, or form. They're not. They're doing really, really cool stuff. Like Solana always has updates. They're always working with these people. They're always doing that. They have conferences. They're doing all these really cool things. Why did I say conferences? Conferences are important because when you're actually building something, you need to push that out so people can use it, etc., and attract new users, customers, community. So with that being said, we're just seeing a shift in money. And again, last run was like Ethereum, and now we are seeing Solana kind of take way. And then now we're seeing Tron take way. So money essentially flows from one place to the other. It's just not dead. There's just different interest in it right now. And this is the thing. We are all here to make money as ethically as possible. And the best way to do that is to know when to, switch and follow a different narrative. So that's what happened there. Solana meme coins dropped 21.7% over the past week. Pump.fun saw a drop in new token creations, and Solana fell 18%, the largest drop among the top 20. So I want to take a look at the chart really quick and compare the two just for fun. And again, just because some of you are like big Solana people and you're merging over to Tron to make some money, wonderful. I think it's fantastic. So where's my Solana? All right, so this is Solana over here, and Solana is still trading at about $128 to about $131. With that being said, taking a look at the 4 hour, 4 hours just kind of ping-ponging and going sideways, but we're still technically in a downtrend. Market Cipher did indicate a local bottom was found, which was absolutely wonderful, absolutely fantastic. My hair. And with that being said, I still think Solana is something to continue to focus on and to pay attention to. And I do own Solana, and I do plan on accumulating more. This is a really nice buy area for me in this range. It's a range that we've been essentially trading in since about beginning of August. And then I do want to take a look at Tron. Where'd she go? As far as price wise goes, because Tron has actually been doing pretty well. All right, let's do Tron and Tether. All right, this is the weekly. All right, so as far as Tron goes, the Tron Tether pair on Binance, the reason why we're using Binance is because it's just easier that way. Also to you guys, I forgot, before I take a look at Tron, just a quick reminder, KuCoin I believe is really shutting everything down for US users. I wasn't able to find the news, the story. So please double check that. If you're somebody who's using KuCoin and you are in the United States of America, first off, you shouldn't leave your crypto on centralized exchanges unless you're actively trading, etc. And also, with that being said, make sure that you get all of your stuff off, because they're not allowing US users anymore. Actually, I might have some Bitcoin there. I might have to check. But I think it's like a month or something, but please double check. Anyways, when it comes to Tron, let's take a quick look over here. Tron almost broke all-time high, which was, I think, 18 cents back in 2021. There has to be an older chart for Tron, I feel like. Let me see if I can find an older one, because Tron has been around for quite some time. Bitfinex, Tron UC shorts. No, I don't want the longs. Perpetual, OKX, Bithumb, Tron Tether. I think Is this the right one? I don't know. I can't find it. Anyways, Tron is getting pretty close to hitting all-time high with about 17 cents. I think it went higher. I wouldn't think it went higher than that. But anyways, as far as Tron goes, I really don't know if I want to accumulate at this price. I kind of want to watch to see what happens. But we are getting a little bit of a dip, which is interesting. This is the weekly. Taking a look at the daily, number is going down. So we'll see what happens with that. But I generally don't like buying stuff at high prices like this. That's just me. But anyways, I do have a poll. Are you guys Team Tron or Team Solana? Also, too, SQUIDGROW is going single chain, just with Ethereum. We'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow. They're basically discontinuing BSC, which I think is a great choice. One of the reasons why I think it's important, like why Ethereum is so important. Ethereum is going to be here. It's going to stick around. It's something that's pretty much globally accepted in the United States of America with the ETFs, et cetera. Yeah, we still have the SEC kind of pressing and causing problems, but at the same time, I don't think Ethereum's going anywhere. Also, too, Binance Smart Chain. I don't really know how long people are still going to be using that. Binance Smart Chain was absolutely amazing during the last run. Went super viral on TikTok. Everybody was using it, but now no one's really using it. Like now we're seeing the narratives essentially merge over to Solana. And I know that Tron right now is kind of taking the lead in meme coins, but at the same time, I think Solana is a great competitor for Ethereum. I really do. Tron does a lot of cool stuff too, but Solana just has, just a completely different vibe. But anyways, with that being said, I'm excited that we're just going single chain. I really think it's important. So shout out to Squid Grow. We'll talk more about it later though. Also too, Yuga Labs has some news. I don't even really want to talk about it, but basically they have a workshop team focused on Apechain dApp. So they have their own chain now, which we saw Gala have their own chain. And I don't really know what the future for Yuga Labs holds and what's going to happen with Bored Apes and all of that. I do hold a Mutant Ape and some land and Apecoin, etc. And I should have sold the top of the airdrop, but I didn't. And with that being said, I just hope the project ends up doing well. But again, NFTs were not created for PFPs. They were created for actual creators. And one quick thing about this story, Qatar, they introduced regulatory framework for digital assets. And why am I talking about this? Why does it matter? First and foremost, it's good to see other countries actually create laws or regulation because America is so behind. And the key takeaway here is that the rules include tokenization process and legal recognition of property rights in tokens and underlying assets, custody arrangements, transfer and exchange. In addition to the framework has provided legal recognition of smart contracts. So this right here is probably the most important part, probably because the legal recognition of smart contracts and just really identifying what areas need to be focused on. And I think it's good. I think it's important because in America, we don't have any of that stuff. But anyways, you guys, that's the show for today. I'm going to go get cozy, probably go to the pool maybe. We'll see. But with that being said, I got my chick. I had one this morning and I had one the morning before and it was super good. And I'm going to have this for dinner too because I love the breakfast ones. But anyways, guys, thanks so much. And I think next week I'm also going to start dual streaming on Kick or Twitch. I haven't decided which one. But anyways, sending everyone love and light. Have a good day with your families. I'm going to go get cozy. Bye. Bye, guys.